Happy weekend, everybody. Hope you had a great last week and hope you're enjoying this weekend with your friends and family and you're having a great time. If you like the content, please like my video, share with your friends and family, and please subscribe so you get latest updates as soon as I post videos. Okay, so this time we're going to analyze Bitcoin on a weekly basis. I uploaded just before this video another video just focusing on how analysis works on a weekly basis on Bitcoin. I'm going to share here as well, but you can go and watch that video as well if you only want to watch Bitcoin portion of it. I know there are a lot of crypto lovers, so I'm going to start with this today. Okay, so this is Bitcoin, analyzing Bitcoin. This is weekly cycle study. Okay, weekly chart. Each candle is worth of a week price action from Monday to Friday. Okay, so how do we analyze? You can see down here we have weekly cycles. Okay, you can see uh, this is where both cycle intercepts. This is where we usually bottom, and then we top usually in the middle or early phase of the cycle, and then we bottom again, then top and bottom. So that's how this thing is done. So let's quickly look at this cycle from a little before. Let's see how this thing works. Okay, let's go back to 2021. All right, so let's see in May time frame. You can see here we had a cycle bottom here around middle of May 2021. We bottomed here, and then again we in the middle we got a bullish move, but then again here we bottomed here. All right, so you can see here we bottomed. If you bought at the bottom, then it topped in the middle, then again bottomed here. All right, here it bottom around February 2022, again top in the middle, again a huge sell-off, bottomed here around June time frame 2022. All right, and then again bottomed here around October, and now we are here. So March this month we've already bottomed, and now we are going towards a topping phase. All right, so how do we trade Bitcoin? So I go check my videos. I told you guys there's a gap here. You can see this weekly gap. This got filled now. So you can see this was a good price to take profits. All right, and there was a gap around 20k. Before I told you guys this gap will be filled. You can see here there was a gap here. This gap got, if I zoom in a bit, it's more clear. You can see this was a gap around 20k. It got filled, but what happened over the weekend, it pumped higher, so there was another gap created. All right, so we have another gap now. All right, now that gap will act as a support. All right, so where do we go now? This is weekly chart. This is basically weeks to months out. So this is not for daily, this is for weekly. So you can see there's a lot of period of risk here. You can see between July and August. If I zoom in a bit, you can see around this cycle is telling us around somewhere around late July to August there will be a bottom coming. Okay, so there's a period of risk. So what I expect so there is also, you can see there is a lot of resistance here. So let me get rid of this for now. You can see there's another gap here. You can see this gap 35k. Let's forget about this gap for now. All right, we can get rid of this so you guys don't get confused. So let's focus on this one because this is huge resistance. It's possible we might have already seen the top last week. Okay, this gap was filled. That could be the top. If not, we can start going towards 31k zone a bit more. Okay, so but what I'm trying to tell you is we are towards the top. Okay, you should not be looking to put new money here. You should be only looking to take profits here. All right, so how do we trade this? So you can see now we're trying to form a topping process. So by middle of May, early April, it's possible Bitcoin will chop around here. Okay, so it will chop around here. Most likely it can even go slightly in. Okay, but then eventually it's gonna come down to this period of risk here. All right, so it's gonna be very choppy, and it's possible we can touch previous highs. It's possible we can go slightly under this 31k, but I do not expect this 31k to break. I think we're gonna most likely just rest here, and we are already at the top. Okay, so do not be looking to buy again here. Only look to sell or take profits. Okay, I told you guys buy here, you should be taking profits now here. All right, so we'll be looking to buy again here in this area around July to August time frame. There's a gap here again. We go to daily chart quickly. I show you. You can see this huge gap created here. That will be my target, but I don't know if this gap is going to fill or not, but we can take that. Let's go back to weekly. So now depending on how high we go in this period, like next couple of weeks, depending on how high we go, how high this pump will go, that will be our take profit. And then probably the higher we go, the less likely 20k will fill. If you stay here, we don't go higher than here, then it's quite possible we can come and fill this gap, and then there will be another period of bounce from here. All right, so that's how these cycles work. So what I'm trying to tell you is It's not time to buy more Bitcoin. It's time to sell Bitcoin and wait patiently. So from March till July, there are 3-4 months. Just wait patiently. When we are here in summer, late summer, look to buy again here. All right. Hope this was useful, and all this information, at least it deserves a like button in my video. Please go and click like now. Please. Thanks. All right. So let's go back now. Let's go back to other analysis. Let's go to daily chart. Okay. And also I shared this, I shared a short video on Ethereum. You can see what's happening on Ethereum. There's divergence on PPO and RSI. Let's quickly look at Ethereum. You can see PPO. We zoom in a bit. All right, so you can see this is PPO here. There's divergence here. RSI is also going lower. Price is going higher. So a dump is coming. Also, I got this sell dot. I posted a short video. You can see a sell dot. Last time I got this sell dot, we got a dump. Last time I got it here, we got a dump. Okay, let's go back again and check how it works. This was sell dot here, but again I got buy dot right away. So it was kind of neutral and RSI was flat. Again, sell dot here, dump, sell dot here. Okay, look, just before dump, a huge dump, I got a sell dot, and see how much dump we got. All right, so from here to here, all right, 32% dump. Just by watching this sell dots, you could have saved it. Okay, so same concept here. So what I'm trying to tell you, we have a divergence on PPO, divergence on RSI, and I got a sell signal. Okay, so you got to be very, very careful on Ethereum. But on Bitcoin, I still don't have that sell dot. Okay, so but again, this green line, if it crossed red line, then that's really bearish. You see what happened here? When it crossed, dump. When it crossed here, it dumped. So now it's coming again. If this thing happens next week, then that's your confirmation that a dump is coming. Okay, that's not really good. So actually this arrow now is already played out. So what I'm looking for, if you look at other chart, basically maybe a choppy price action to down. Basically this will happen only in, so the down target will be July to August. Okay, that's what's happening. So let's go to the broader market. Let's go back to MES. That's how I usually start, but this time it's a bit different. A lot of crypto lovers like these videos over the weekend, so I shared it with you guys. Hope this helps you make a lot of money. Okay, so this is basically MES chart. Let me zoom down momentum indicators a bit. Okay, so this is a MES chart, and you can see we are in the middle. Okay, so this 3966 is a neutral zone. Now we're pumping here. I told you guys a couple of days ago, do not worry, this is my sell zone. Okay, this top here is my sell zone. Now Nasdaq I will show you quickly, but S&P 500 is struggling to pump because of financials. There's a lot of dump coming on financial sector. A lot of banks, people are scared, and people are saying, oh no, it's going to be end of the world. But look what's happening. Okay, look at this momentum indicators. RSI, even after it's making a new low, and still RSI is going higher. Okay, I did get a sell signal here, so which is not a good news, but look what happens. Sell signal can immediately follow by a buy signal. Okay, but momentum indicator is telling me to buy. Let's quickly look at 4-hour chart on financial quickly, since we are talking about financials. You can see still we are making a new low. RSI and PPO is higher, so you can draw a trend line. You can draw a trend line like this. All right, you can draw a trend line like this. Okay, wait for this break of this trend line. That will be your buy signal. All right. Okay, so let's go back to SPX MES chart. So we are in this neutral zone. This white line 3966 is neutral zone. Now we're going higher. So the higher we go, you should be looking to take profits. Okay, the lower we go, you should be looking to buy. All right, so that's my plan. All right, and you should be following that. Again, so now I'm expecting it to chop. So if I put these SMA lines, I'll show you what's happening here. So look what happened here. If I zoom in a bit, this blue line, dark blue line is 200 SMA line, and this red line is 50 SMA line. So price is basically chopping between these two lines. It can stay there for a bit more until financials start to pick up. Okay, and again, my targets for this is the zone between 41.25 to 42.30.83. I'm looking to sell. I do expect sometime April to be here, and when we're here, we'll be looking to sell. All right. Since we're talking about this, let's quickly look at SPY. One thing to note on SPY, SPY is the ETF we use for S&P 500 trades. All these yellow lines up are gaps to fill. Okay, so there's a big gap around 408. You can see there's a gap here, and then there are a couple of other gaps here around 427 to 421. All right, and also this trend line. So it's possible now by the time we are there, we are somewhere here. Okay, and also this daily resistance line. You can see it's finding support. You can see what happened on Friday. They broke below 200 SMA, and then people bought again here. Okay, buyers bought again here, and now we are pumping up again. So it's kind of stuck between these two lines, and then eventually you're gonna get a breakout. And my preference is to go to the upside. Okay, now for some reason we come down, you should be looking to buy off this trend line. All right, so that's my trade plan on SPY. Let's quickly look at MNQ. Sorry, this is Nasdaq ETF. So see what's happening here. It's towards the sell zone right now. It's getting very close to the sell zone. But the reason I'm not selling, usually last year Nasdaq was a lagger and S&P 500 was going higher, and tech stocks were dumping because of cyclical stocks. Energy supported them. But this year I think so it's a rotation. You need to understand market is about rotation. So last year which did good, will not do good this year. Last year which did bad, like tech sector, growth sector, they should do very good this year. All right, so be mindful of that. So this is my sell zone. So my target is 1360. So I think eventually we're gonna hit that target and then go back down there. All right, but for now, because MES chart is still not close to the sell zone, I'm not looking to sell Nasdaq. So I'll be looking to buy all the dips. All right, so any dips you get, it's possible. Any dips you get, you should be looking to buy. We can go back down here. This is neutral zone 12.55522, and then look to buy here. Let's quickly look at triple Qs. I'll show you how it looks like. So there's also this trend line on triple Qs. We can quickly draw this trend line. So it is quite possible. There's this trend line. Okay. So if you get a dump, if you get early next week, if you go here, okay, if you get a dump, you should be able to find support here. Also this 50 red 50 SMA line is also curling up. Okay, so it should find a lot of support, and then it should be going to fill these gaps. So there are two gaps, 322 and 328. Those are my targets. You can see this gap here, two gaps here. These are my targets for April. All right, so that's triple Q. VIX was sold down. Okay, but it's still not below this red 50 SMA line. I'll be looking to for VIX to drop below this, and when that happens, it's going to be really bullish. All right, so everything is going as planned. Let's quickly look at other sectors. Dow Jones. Okay, Dow Jones again, it's back on this trend line. On Thursday we closed slightly above it. Today we had a fake out, and then we managed to close above this trend line. Okay, so most likely we're going to go above now from here. All right, US 2000, which is IWM ETF. Again, it's struggling a bit, but look at this candle. Okay, this is like a hammer. This is like a Thor hammer. Have you seen Thor movie? This is like a hammer. This means this is a reversal candle. So it's possible we found bottom on Friday, and as soon as we are above this trend line, that will be your buy signal. Okay, so this is a huge support. Should be looking to buy, and it could go and test this previous highs, but take SPY as your guide and do it according to that. Right? Oil. So oil is a bit tricky. The good thing to know, so like I said before, oil did really good last year. Okay, so it's not gonna be too great this year, but still it's gonna be okay. It's not gonna be like going negative. It should be still be going positive, slightly positive, but it's gonna be laggard compared to tech stock and growth stocks. So if you want to really invest this year, you should be looking to invest in growth and tech sector and highly risky assets like Bitcoin, but not look to invest in cyclical oil sectors. It's going to be very flat this year. So where do we go from here? We dumped on Friday and we found support here. So now it looks like it is possible we can go and retest this support and then go here. All right. So and all it is possible that this already happened. Okay, so this thing is already happened here. So my targets are still, there's a huge resistance around 73. All right, that's my target, and my second target is 82.75. All right, let's quickly look at XLE sector because we're talking about oil. So XLE sector, there is a gap here. All right, so I told you guys last week it dumped down again, gone up, and it had a gap. If I go to 1 hour chart, you can see it gapped down in the morning, and then it filled the gap. The only thing which bothers me is this: there's another big gap here. I think most likely from here it's possible we can go down, fill this gap, and then go high. All right, and then if we are here, that's a really good buying opportunities. All right, so let's go back to dollar. Okay, we already covered Bitcoin and crypto. So dollar, again, it's back testing. All right, it's just back testing it. If I show you this, it dumped down. It went below this 50 SMA line. Now it's just back testing it. All right, so a dump is going on. So Fed is pumping infinite money. So there's no reason to be bullish on dollar. Gold is again forming a topping process. All right, it's forming a topping process. So you should not be looking to buy here, only looking to buy here. So wait for late. It's like Bitcoin cycle. If you watch my video from the beginning, it's looking for a bottom here. So I'll be looking to buy around July and September timeframe. Same thing for silver. I think it's almost at the top. I don't expect it to hit previous top. It's almost at the top, and then now looking to sell. All right. TNX is treasury yields. It's dumping. You can see this is a trend line. Now we're below this trend line, this white trend line, and there are multiple gaps here. So it's a dump which is going to be bullish for tech sector. This means mortgage rates are going down, and Fed now set 0.25 basis point, and then now they're going to take a pause. So that means the mortgages are going to go lower, and banks should be starting to give you better rates. All right. What else is here? Let's quickly look at GDX gold miners. Okay, again, it's making a topping process. You can see actually there's no divergence. On RSI, there's slight divergence. You can see slight divergence here. Price is going higher. So what I'm trying to tell you, there are multiple gaps. So green lines are gaps here. Okay, so green lines are gaps. You should be looking to now fill one of these gaps and then go higher. There are gaps up as well, and there are gaps down as well. Okay, so if gold is gonna get weaker, most likely we're gonna fill many of these gaps. Okay, so look for gaps to fill and then pump higher later on. All right. Overall, gold is bullish if you're a long-term investor, but I'm looking for some weakness in gold before it goes higher. Okay. Bonds, again, you can follow SPX. Basically, a little bit more pump. You can see it's above this 200 blue SMA line. So I'm looking for a pump and then dump later on. All right. And let's quickly look at sectors. I looked at XLE, XLU. Look at this massive bounce. Look at this massive bounce. 3%, guys. Unbelievable. I told you guys, buy here. This is support zone. Look, I've been telling you daily. I gave you this support line. Daily, daily, daily. Buy, buy, buy. Look what happened. 3% up. Okay. Look at and also it closed right on this trend line. Okay, right on this trend line. So Monday we could break above that. That's going to be very bullish. All right. XLV, same thing on this trend line, bounce, bounce, bounce. So these are the bottom sectors, guys. XLU, XLV, right on trend line. Go find your favorite healthcare stocks. Go find your favorite utility stocks. You should be investing in them. They give you good dividends. Best time to buy. All right. Actually, this is a good sign. There are positive momentum, and that will help SPY to go higher. Okay, so April is going to be very bullish. The only sector which is weak is XLF. It recovered very nice towards the end, and also there is a positive RSI momentum. So I think just wait for this trend line to break, and when that happens, that's your buy signal. All right. Now go back to Tesla. So Tesla, again, this is my projection, and I'm going to keeping it as it is. I think towards the earnings date, which is April 24th, I'm just expecting a pump. So I'm not selling, no matter what happens. I'm not selling. So if I move this line down here, today could be the bottom on Tesla. Okay, today was a great day to buy Tesla. It's down 0.94, but in the morning it was down really big. Okay, it was down almost 2 to 3% in the morning. So I bought some more Tesla shares. So if I take from the close of yesterday, sorry, not yesterday, on Thursday, it was down almost 3% in the morning. So I bought here, and I think I'm looking for a pump from here. Tesla had a great earning. They're taking last earnings report. They said they're doing really good. They have real high demand after price cuts. So I'm expecting these upper gaps to fill. There's another gap here around 202. So that's going to be filled first. And then there is this big struggling zone around 200 SMA line. One thing to note on Tesla, you can see if we close this, if we cross this line around 200, you can see there's not a lot of resistance here. This area here, okay, it is quite possible we can go and hit this. Okay, we can go hit this all-time highs. The reason I'm telling you from this here to here, okay, this 238 to 313, or even below here. Okay, actually there's not a lot of resistance here. If we are here, it's quite possible we're going to go here. All right, so be mindful of that. I'm really bullish on Tesla. All right, now let's go and look at individual stocks. Let's look at Apple. Apple again is doing good. There are multiple gaps up. Those are my targets to fill. There's a gap at the bottom. We'll worry about it in late summer. All right. So let's not worry about these. Let's any dips you should be looking to buy. Okay. RSI PPO has some divergence. RSI has some divergence, but these divergence can burn through. Okay. If price keep going higher, these PPO will go high, RSI will go high, and this can be burned. So be mindful of that. Amazon was, look at this reversal candle, was down almost 2-3% in the morning and then managed to close above this 50 SMA line. This red line is 50 SMA line. Very bullish. This is also like a reversal candle. There's a big gap here around 116. I'm looking for that gap to fill. All right. Google, again, there are gaps. There are a lot of gaps here on the Google. So I'm looking for these gaps to fill. And Meta, let's see, many gaps here. You can see there's a gap here. I think if you go here, zoom in a bit, you can see there's a gap here, slight gap here, and there's massive gap here. I don't think this above gap is going to be filled soon, but if we have good earnings, they are laying off a lot of people. It's possible during earnings day, April 26, we could be here. All right, we could open here, and then that's when we'll be looking to sell. Netflix, again, massive gaps, looking for a pump. Microsoft, let's see, a lot of gaps up. Look for filling those. Snowflakes was down for some reason. Maybe there's some news, but there's gap here. Looking for that gap to fill. NVDA, people keep trying to short. RSI, no divergence. Okay, RSI has no divergence. PPO has divergence, so a little bit to worry about. Also, it's coming towards previous all-time highs. There's a huge resistance around 289 to 312. Still, people keep trying to short NVIDIA. That's why it keeps going higher. There's a lot of separation, so there are a couple of gaps down. So if you get slight dip, there's a gap here. I don't know if it's going to be filled, but look to buy, right? Look to buy of that gap. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm not shorting NVIDIA. I told you can draw a trend line. You can draw a trend line like this if you want to really short and play this game. Trend line, wait for this break of trend line, then only short. Okay. AMD also, actually this gap is filled, so very good. We can get rid of this gap. Now there's another gap here. I think it's way above. So let's see how much from here. Actually 20% above. It can happen during earnings time, or let's see if Nasdaq is going to go higher. It's possible we can get close to this gap. There are multiple gaps towards the downside. Okay, so I'm looking to dump AMD or short AMD after earnings. Okay, this is an indication we will get a big dump. All right. Okay, guys, that's it. And please like my video and share with your friends and family, and subscribe, and have a great rest of the weekend. Take care and bye bye.